Wedding Night Betrayal. A welcome to Fane 1, the discovery into luxury hotel suite night. The camera slowly pans across scattered rose petals and champagne glasses. Wedding dress draped over a chair, the sound of muffled crying. Sarah, 28, bride, disheveled. Please, you have to come quickly. There's been an accident. My husband, oh God, there's so much blood. Camera reveals David, lying motionless on the marble floor, a crystal champagne bottle shattered nearby, blood pooling beneath his head. Ma'am, stay on the line. Help is on the way. Can you tell me what happened? Sarah's eyes dart to the bathroom door, which is slightly ajar. I don't remember. Everything happened so fast. Scene 2, the interrogation. Police station, interrogation room. Sarah sits across from Detective Martinez, 45, sharp, experienced. Her wedding ring catches the harsh fluorescent light. Let's go through this one more time, Sarah. You said you went to take a shower, and when you came out, your husband was dead. That's right. I heard a crash, and when I ran out, she breaks down sobbing. The thing is, Sarah, we found another set of fingerprints on that bottle. Care to explain? Sarah looks up, fear flashing in her eyes. Scene 3, flashback. The maid of bridal suite, 6 hours, wedding preparations in full swing. Sarah stands in her wedding dress while Jessica, 27, stunning, Sarah's best friend since childhood, adjusts her veil. You look absolutely perfect, Sarah. David is so lucky. I can't believe this day is finally here. Thank you for everything, Jess. You've been my rock through all of this. They embrace, but the camera catches something unsettling in Jessica's expression. A flicker of something dark. That's what best friends are for. Forever and always, right? Jessica's phone buzzes. A text message appears on screen. It's time. Room 1247. Scene 4, the ceremony XT, church, picture-perfect wedding. David waits at the altar, nervous but happy. Sarah walks down the aisle, radiant. Jessica watches from the front row, her smile not quite reaching her eyes. Do you, David, take Sarah to be your lawfully wedded wife? I do. As David says these words, the camera focuses on Jessica, who mouths the same words silently, her hand unconsciously touching her stomach. You may kiss the bride. As David and Sarah kiss, Jessica abruptly stands and hurries toward the exit, her face pale. Scene 5, flashback. The Jessica's apartment, 2 months ago. David paces frantically while Jessica sits on her couch, tears streaming down her face. Jessica, I'm pregnant, David. It's yours. That's impossible. We were careful. We only what? Only slept together for 6 months behind Sarah's back? Only said you loved me? David stops pacing, runs his hands through his hair. Jessica, you know I can't leave Sarah. The wedding is in 2 months. My family, her family, the business merger. So what am I supposed to do? Just disappear? I'll take care of everything. The baby, you, but no one can know, especially not Sarah. Jessica's expression hardens. And if I don't agree to stay quiet? The threat hangs in the air. Scene 6. Back to the interrogation. Int, police station. We know Jessica was in your room that night, Sarah. Hotel security cameras show her entering at 11:47 p.m. Sarah's composure cracks. She came to check on us, as a friend. At midnight? On your wedding night? Come on, Sarah. We're going to find out the truth either way. Sarah stares at her hands. There's something you need to know about Jessica and David. Scene 7. Flashback. The confrontation. Int hotel suite, 11:50. David opens the door to find Jessica standing in the hallway, still in her bridesmaid dress but disheveled. What are you doing here? Sarah's in the shower. We need to talk. Now. She pushes past him into the suite. I've made a decision about the baby. Jessica, not here. Not tonight. When, David? When is it going to be convenient for you to deal with the fact that you're going to be a father? The sound of the shower stops. Both freeze. You need to leave. Now. No. I'm tired of hiding. I'm tired of pretending to be happy for you and Sarah when you should be with me. Sarah emerges from the bathroom in a silk robe, sees Jessica. Jess? What's wrong? You look upset. Jessica and David exchange a loaded glance. Scene 8. The Revelation Hotel Suite. I'm sorry. I never meant for it to happen this way. For what to happen? You're scaring me. Jessica looks at David, who shakes his head desperately. David and we've been seeing each other for months. The color drains from Sarah's face. What are you talking about? I'm pregnant, Sarah, with his baby. Sarah staggers backward as if physically struck. That's not. You're lying. David, tell her she's lying. David says nothing, confirming Sarah's worst nightmare. On our wedding night? You came here on our wedding night to tell me this? I couldn't pretend anymore. I love him, Sarah, and he loves me. He 9. The fight, hotel suite, continuish. Sarah lunges at Jessica. They struggle. David tries to separate them. Stop, both of you, stop. You're supposed to be my best friend. How could you do this to me? Because I deserve to be happy too. Do you know what it's like watching the man you love marry someone else? Then you should have stayed away. Sarah grabs the champagne bottle from the ice bucket. Sarah, put that down. Let's talk about this. Talk? You want to talk about how my husband and my best friend have been lying to me for months? Scene 10. The twist. Int. Hotel suite. Suddenly, Sarah's demeanor changes. She becomes eerily calm. You know what's funny? I've known for weeks. Jessica and David freeze. Did you really think I wouldn't notice, David? The late nights, the secret phone calls, the way you looked at her during the rehearsal dinner? Sarah, I can explain. And you, Jessica, my best friend since we were 7. You've been planning this, haven't you? This whole scene. You wanted to destroy my marriage on my wedding night. Sarah walks toward Jessica, still holding the bottle. But here's what you don't know. I've been planning too. Scene 11, flashback. The plan. Into Sarah's office 1 week ago. Sarah sits across from a private investigator 50s, looking at photographs of David and Jessica together. I'm sorry, Mrs. Morrison. The evidence is pretty conclusive. How long? Based on what I've observed, at least 6 months, maybe longer. Sarah stares at a photo of David and Jessica kissing. I need you to do something else for me. Scene 12, the second twist. Back to wedding night. You see, I hired someone to follow you both. I know about the apartment David rented for you, Jessica. I know about the prenatal appointments. I know everything. Please, let me explain. But what you don't know is that there is no baby. Jessica's face goes white. I switched your prenatal vitamins with sugar pills, Jessica, and I had a little chat with Dr. Henderson. Amazing what money can buy. Fake ultrasounds, fake blood tests. What are you saying? I'm saying Jessica was never pregnant. I needed to see how far you both would go with your betrayal. Jessica collapses into a chair, the truth hitting her. Scene 13, the final confrontation. Hotel suite. You're insane. You orchestrated all of this? I gave you both every opportunity to come clean, every chance to do the right thing. Sarah, I never meant to hurt you. But you did hurt me, David. You destroyed everything. She raises the champagne bottle. And now I'm going to destroy you. Jessica suddenly lunges forward, trying to grab the bottle. In the struggle, David gets between them. Sarah, don't do this. The bottle connects with David's head with a sickening crack. He falls to the floor, blood immediately pooling beneath him. Both women stare in shock at what has happened. Scene 14. The cover-up. Int hotel suite months later. Jessica kneels beside David, checking for a pulse. He's dead, Sarah. Oh God, he's dead. In shock. I didn't mean to. It was an accident. We have to call the police. No, they'll never believe it was an accident. Not with everything that's happened. Sarah begins pacing frantically. You were never here, Jessica. Do you understand? You were never here. Sarah, we can't. You go back to your room, clean yourself up. If anyone asks, you went straight to bed after the reception. Jessica hesitates, looking at David's body. What about you? I'll figure it out. But Jessica, if you say anything about tonight, about the affair, about any of it, I'll make sure everyone knows you were here when he died. Scene 15, the final twist in police station interrogation room. That's what happened, Detective. It was self-defense. When I confronted them about the affair, David became violent, and Jessica just happened to disappear before we arrived. I told her to leave. I was protecting her. Detective Martinez slides a photograph across the table. It shows Jessica at the hotel reception desk, timestamp 12:15 a.m. This is Jessica, 5 minutes after you called 911. She's checking out of the hotel. Sarah's face falls. But here's the interesting part. She's carrying a suitcase, and she's wearing different clothes than she was at the wedding. Another photo. Jessica in casual clothes, looking panicked. We found traces of David's blood on the bridesmaid dress in her hotel room trash. She tried to clean up, but she missed a spot. Sarah realizes she's been caught. Jessica's downstairs right now, Sarah, and she's telling a very different story than you are. Scene 16, the INT police station, observation room. Through one-way glass, we see Jessica in another interrogation room. To another detective, Sarah planned the whole thing. She knew about us, yes, but she wanted David dead. She told me if I helped her, she'd make sure I inherited part of his life insurance. So you went along with it? I was desperate. I really thought I was pregnant. I thought I loved him. But Sarah, she manipulated everything, even my pregnancy test. Scene 17, the confrontation. Interrogation room, continuous. Detective Martinez returns to Sarah's room. Jessica's confession is very detailed, Sarah. She says you planned David's murder weeks in advance. She's lying. She wanted him dead just as much as I did. So you admit you wanted him dead? Sarah realizes her mistake. I didn't mean. Sarah Morrison, you're under arrest for the murder of David Morrison. Scene 18, the epilogue. Steam Courthouse, 6 months later. News reporters gather outside. A reporter speaks to camera. In a shocking conclusion to the wedding night murder case, Sarah Morrison was sentenced to life in prison for the premeditated murder of her husband. Jessica Chen received a reduced sentence of 15 years for her cooperation with authorities. Cut to Jessica walking out of the courthouse with her lawyer. The case that gripped the nation with its web of lies, betrayal, and murder has finally reached its conclusion. Scene 19, the final revelation. Prison visiting room, 1 year later. Sarah sits across from Jessica, both women changed by their ordeal. You know what's funny? There really was no baby, was there? No, there never was. So why did you go along with my plan to kill him? Jessica leans forward, a cold smile playing on her lips. Because David was leaving both of us, Sarah. He had another woman, someone neither of us knew about. Sarah's face shows shock. I found out the night before the wedding he was going to disappear after your honeymoon, take all the money and start fresh. Sarah stares at her former best friend. So really, Sarah, I did us both a favor. At least this way, one of us got what we wanted. What did you want? To destroy David Morrison and to watch you lose everything. Jessica stands to leave. Forever and always, right? She walks away, leaving Sarah alone with the devastating truth.